how some nonprofits are super shady and they make tons of money and they pay their workers like 2 cents. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. My name is Angelica. I like to make videos about college, lifestyle, fun stuff, dumb stuff, so if that sounds interesting to you, make sure to click subscribe, follow me on my social media, and be a part of the community. I also recently launched Your College Sis Instagram community resource for tips, motivation for all things Gen Z, college, young grad, workshop, be the best version of yourself, be a boss, so definitely go ahead and check that out. Today I'm going to be ranking all my classes I've ever taken at UC Berkeley on that S tier ranking chart and talk about them. This video was inspired by Nina Wang, another college YouTuber. A lot of you, well, not a lot of you, literally one person told me that I reminded them of them, but I think she's way cooler. So definitely go ahead and check her channel and video out. She's a second year at MIT, so super cool, super awesome, and yeah, grab some snacks, drinks. I'm just having some apple juice in this really cute mug my friend Jasmine got me, and then my mom made bread recently, so I've been really annoying and been doing this. So yeah, let's get started. And thank you to our Seams for sending this really cute sweater, and they're a page all about mental health and self-care for college students and how important that is, so don't forget to go ahead and check them out. Did not pay me to say this, they just sent me over the sweater, so I thought I shared the love with y'all. So these classes are not in any order, so let's get started. Intro to General Astronomy, also known as Astro C10 at Berkeley. So this class, I don't know why everybody and their moms loves this class, but it was one of those classes that it was fun and a really great professor, famous, super cool Filipenko, yes, but also it was not an easy A in my opinion, and I got scared I wouldn't get an A, so I passed it. But did I enjoy it? Kind of. Yes, so I'm going to be honest and give this a C tier ranking. Becoming a Changemaker, which is a super cool business class. I absolutely love this class. It inspired me to do so much and start my own business and brand and help you all out with all my college stuff. So I'm gonna give this a ranking. Next is Intro to Study of Drama. So as a pre-med student, you need a year of English, and I've already tested out of my basic reading English stuff, so I took on some fun English classes. Intro to Study of Drama. Honestly, I thought this was a little boring, and it was really hard because this was during this semester with COVID and going home, so I ended up passing this class as well. So we're gonna give this in the same category as Astro, right here. We did get to go to a few really cool, exciting plays in person, but then some of the other plays were really weird. Corporate Social Responsibility, Diversity, Inclusion. I love this class. I learned so much in this class as a business student. It was a business class, and we talked about how to be a more equity fluent leader and how to be more inclusive in the workplace and as a leader, and just really opening up my eyes of like what it means to be diverse, and it's so much more than just race, socioeconomic class, different backgrounds, visible and non-visible disabilities. So this really opened my eyes, and so I highly recommend everybody take some sort of diversity inclusion class. It should be required, honestly. S tier right here. We love it. So leading nonprofit and social enterprises. I really enjoyed this class. This is one of my business classes, but basically it's like consulting for nonprofit and social enterprises. If you don't know what consulting is, it's basically when you solve problems for businesses. So we had different like projects, and our group was Planned Parenthood. So we talked about like, is it worth investing $10 million in Planned Parenthood? So this was really cool, learning about the different types of like B Corp and nonprofits, and how some nonprofits are super shady and they make tons of money and they pay their workers like 2 cents. We're not going to be talking about any brands specifically, but I did learn a lot, and it was really eye-opening to see how shady a lot of nonprofits are. So make sure you do your research when you do nonprofit donations or volunteer work. So we're going to put that in the A tier. So next is Computational Toxicology. I really enjoy this class. So I am a NutriSci Toxicology major. It's like NutriSci and then the pathways Toxicology. I picked this up because I was taking pre-med classes, and the pre-med classes were pretty much identical to the Toxicology undergrad requirements. So I was like, might as well do this, and it's easier and more fun than the biochem majors in my opinion. So I really enjoyed this class. We are gonna give it A because we talk about like different pathways of drugs and chemicals, and it was a pretty easy class, so we love that. Next, we have Intro to Cultural and Natural Resource Management, also known as SPIN 50AC. This is like a super popular class at Berkeley because 1, it's a pretty easy A, and 2, it covers so many things, like you get a breath requirement out of it and also an AC requirement out of it. And I learned a lot about United States history and resource management, and also like racism and structural racism and just a lot of things. So I 10 out of 10 really enjoyed this class. So we are going to put that at the S tier. Okay. So far we're up to a pretty good start. Leading people. So this is one of my core classes I have to take for business. And honestly, I did not really enjoy it, and I feel like I didn't learn that much. And the exams are kind of hard in my opinion. So we're gonna put that in the D tier. My opinions, just my opinions. But the professor was really great. I just don't know if the content was that exciting. Yep, I said it. So Intro to Toxicology is a class you take before regular toxicology. It is really cool to understand like pesticides and chemicals and drugs and how they have like really scary effects on people and their bodies. So this makes you just like read labels and look into like lawsuits and research, and just be aware what you're putting on your face and your body and your mouth ingesting. So we're gonna give that a tier. And is okay, social political ethics of business. This is another business class I had to take. The professor, I love Alan Ross. He's like kind of the brutal, savage, mean type joking professor, and I love that kind of humor. I have pretty dark humor and I don't really get offended by those types of jokes. I really enjoyed it, so I'm gonna give it an A. I think I ended up getting an A- though, so yeah, it's fine. We're not gonna complain. So then we have a regular toxicology, which is what you take after Intro to Toxicology. And this one was just as fun. It's just taking like Intro Toxicology to the next level. So we're gonna give that S tier, 10 out of 10. And Dan Nomura, he's really cool and well plugged into the big pharma industry, but he did offer a lot of really great industry insights. So next we have Physics 1. Okay, so I went to Europe last summer to take physics because this is a common thing a lot of the people at UCs do, but I know. It was so hard my year that they actually canceled this program permanently, and they've been having this program for the last 20 years. So I don't know if it's because they made the curriculum super hard my year, but I've never taken physics in high school. So then when I got to Cal and I had to take physics for pre-med, doing 8 weeks of physics, 4 weeks for a whole semester's worth of physics was so hard. And honestly, my brain just could not function, and I was in Europe and having the time of my life, but during the week I was just like dying because physics was kind of brutal and these exams were so hard. They were all multiple choice, and it's not like, oh my god, that's so easy. No, I straight up would get like 2 out of 10 on the exam. So we're not gonna talk about that, and we're gonna give Physics 1 an F. Okay, but I had a really enjoyable moment in Europe, so maybe like between E and F. But not E, but definitely still F. Physics 2 was even worse, so we're just gonna put that like, it's FF. It was so rough. But you know what? I think that was the hardest class I've ever taken, and I learned a lot about myself and what I can and cannot do, and physics, just not one of them. Innovations in Communications and PR, Haas or business elective I took. Great class. The professor was super cool. She is a ex-news anchor, and she has some wild stories with some like big time celebrities that were hitting on her and she went on dates with, and she may or may not have met Trump before Trump, all that stuff. So it was super fun, and I learned a lot about like story building and branding and how to tell a story about everything you do when you introduce yourself, and just the power of PR and communication. So definitely really like that class. I'm gonna put it in the B tier. Product branding and brand entertainment. I don't know if it's is it called product marketing and brand entertainment, or is it just this? Anyways, this class with Crystal Thomas is one of my favorite classes. I learned a lot about media and packaging things together, and like how to build a campaign and building a persona, your audience, like really building a campaign that works in business and marketing. So this was super cool, and it actually inspired a lot of my things I do for Your College Sis. And also I use things I learned in this class at my Google internship all the freaking time. So 10 out of 10 class, and we also got to consult for a company, like a real company, and we had a client and we worked with Pete, and we were on the winning team, but I still got an A- even though I was on the winning team. So that's a representative of my Berkeley experience. We're gonna put that in the A tier. There we go. Okay. Next class is marketing. This is with Janet Brady. I had a blast in this class, and honestly, it's super doable and a business requirement. I learned a lot about traditional marketing, like pricing, strategy, the funnel, acquisition costs, all that stuff, and 10 out of 10. Love the class, and I got an A, so I'm happy about that. Also, Janet Brady is so funny, and I just love her. She's so nice, and that woman should be protected at all costs. Business communications, I took it also with Janet Brady. It wasn't as fun as marketing, and I feel like I didn't learn as much because it was such a smaller unit class, so I'm gonna put that in the C category. Analytics, geometry, and calculus, that's just like first year of calculus. I took a whole year. I didn't have to retake any calculus because I took calculus BC in high school, but we wanted a GPA boost, so that's a secret, you guys. Stop testing out of your classes. Just retake classes you know you're gonna do really well in to boost your GPA, and it looks good because it's a technical class. So 16A, 16B was super doable, and I've definitely helped my friends in 1A and 1B as well. So if you've done calculus BC at a pretty rigorous high school, you should be totally fine. So I'm gonna put that in, well, I mean, it wasn't like an amazing class, it was just easy. So let's just put that in the B tier. So now we have modern British American literature. This was the other half of English I needed to take, and this class was so much fun. I don't really read a lot of fiction just because I am just such a workaholic. I feel like if I'm not reading nonfiction, then I'm wasting my time because I'm not learning. So, but this class forced me to read some fiction, and I got to read a lot of really cool, like, apocalyptic novels. So that was 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. We're gonna put that solid B tier for sure. So next we have leadership and creativity. This class itself, like, I did learn, it was more about how to be a creative leader and using design thinking, which is like using like sticky notes and pathways and thought diagrams of how to like start ideas in business, which really helped me launch your college sis. So a lot of these Haas classes, I've actually learned so much for my own business. Yeah, and we also got free lunch every time we had this class because the one of the faculty members who were sponsoring this class had like a food delivery service, so that was like super awesome that I had lunch every Thursday. So we're gonna put that, you know what? Solid A, so B tier for the class, but the food A tier. There we go. The Richard Newton lecture series. So this is a speaker series of just hearing really successful, awesome founders, CEOs come to Berkeley and talk. And it's not like a letter grade class, it's a pass no pass class, it's like one unit, but really enjoyable. Yeah, highly recommend. So solid B tier. So the next thing we have is principles of business. So this is the business class all business students have to take to try to apply to the business school, also the pre-Haas pathway before you become Haas. This class is so stupid. It's so difficult in the sense of like, not that the content is difficult, but there's no curve, and you only take multiple choice tests out of like 34. And so if you just miss like 3 questions, you're already at like an A-. And people are kind of toxic because like business people are kind of toxic and snaky. Everyone says if you don't get an A in this class that you're not gonna get into Haas, but that's totally wrong. I had a B+ in this class and I still got into Haas. So don't worry about it too much. Honestly, you're just doing practice exams all the time and it's just like, such an annoying class. Didn't like it. So we're gonna put that in the E category because very unenjoyable and it's so not representative of the Haas experience. Next we have OChem 2. Okay, so I guess we can talk about OChem 1 first. So OChem 1, loved it, super enjoyable, solid 10 out of 10. Love it, love it. So we're gonna put that in B tier. Okay. Next we have OChem 2. So OChem 2 was like, low-key, it kicked my butt really, really hard, but I kind of still really enjoyed it. You know, does that make me like someone who enjoys pain? I don't know. I learned a lot and my brain has never been that sharp since OChem 2. So I'm still gonna put it in the B tier because we enjoy challenging ourselves. But did I cry a lot? Kinda, but we're not gonna talk about that. Secret Life of Plants. Okay, this class is like a solid, it's an easy A class because the content is so digestible, but honestly, it's so enjoyable to learn about plants and the professor is so adorable and I just wanna give her this hug. But I learned a lot about the plant cycles and our environment and the stroma. S tier. Intro to Probability Stat for Business. Okay, this class is just one of those other pre-Haas econ classes that's just so freaking annoying because One, the stat department curve is like to a B minus, so that means on average people are gonna be curved down to a B minus. Stupidly difficult and hard, and oh my god, I took AP stats and I got a 5. Trust me, like this class is so hard. This class is kind of like you either get an A or a C. So it's just not enjoyable. So we're just gonna put that in D tier, honestly. Hate that class. Oh, I hate stats, just hate it, okay? Intro to Ancient Egypt. This was another class that people were like, it's an easy A, so enjoyable, but maybe I just was like rejecting the content of Ancient Egypt, but I did not do well in this class, or not as well as I wanted to. So we're gonna put that in the D tier because, you know what? No, E tier. Yeah, didn't enjoy it. Not one bit. So we're gonna put that over here. Okay, and then we have Myth, Memory, History of Native Americans. That was really interesting and I enjoyed it a lot. 10 out of 10 recommended for freshmen. It's a freshman seminar that's 4 units. The professor is amazing. The exams are doable, and honestly, it was really fun learning about Native Americans and how their land was stolen. Annoying. Macro econ, it was just like, whatever. Good professor, but like I didn't learn too much because I did take a lot of econ in high school. So we're just gonna put that in the C category. And then General Chem, which is like Chem 1. I had Pete, which was, he looks like an off-brand Walmart version of Chris Pratt. I'm not even kidding. I actually made a meme about this on our meme Facebook page and it kind of went viral, or viral for my standards. But enjoyable, but also I enjoy OChem more. So we're gonna put that in between the B, no, we're gonna put that in the C category. Intro to Filipino for Heritage Learners, also known as Tagalog. And honestly, it's a really easy A class. We love a good 5-unit GPA boost. I'm gonna put that C tier. And then Asian American Communities and Race Relations. I really enjoyed this class. I learned a lot about just like how Asian Americans have progressed in United States history and where we are today, and just the things we don't learn in US history, and how crucial and important we are to the United States history of the economy, the workforce, fashion, media, news, everything. And we are important and we have a voice and we are going to be doing even bigger and better things. So learned a lot. I was taking a lot of classes that summer, so I did pass no pass it. So we are just going to put it in the C category. Honestly, TLDR, I have a pretty good experience at Berkeley. This is like 90% of the classes I've taken. But honestly, besides physics, I've enjoyed a lot of the classes, even the ones that kick my butt like OChem, because it's kind of like enjoyable, you know? So yeah, that's my little ranking for my classes. Let me know in the comments below which of these classes sound interesting, which of them sound like not interesting. I hope you have a great day. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.